Bind up straight away for the Rebirth side. Seeing a bit of Kevlar coming through across the board. Should see at least one player out with a bit of utility. That would be Carson. Fast play coming in towards the upper tunnels control. paiN Gaming looking to try and contest out towards the long challenge early on, but no one is going to be there for the Rebirth side.
Massive contact at the moment here. The CTs, especially on that B site, playing off the site for the most part. They've got that anchor out towards the mid control. And one in from CT spawn that could come in to rotate and triple stack the B site. With the lack of presence on the short position, that's a way in for Rebirth to work off of, and they have forced PKL away at 9 points of health, so that is a start for paiN Gaming, but only the start. They're forced back after doing the damage.
It could be a fake up towards this A site with a little bit of presence and some utility from Carson if he really wants to try and pull the rotates out. Still got a smoke and a flash, and might even dive retching in towards CT spawn.
Smokes back, USP is safe, flash over, drop in. There's bigazera to draw first blood here in this matchup. Carson can trade it, Hard's out, tapping up heads, however, but Zoic and Carson will clean up the players that are playing off and on the site. The bomb plant can be secured, a 3-on-2 as Carson continues to hold safe back here in the CT spawn, and Rebirth have the B site to try and claim the pistol round.
paiN aren't in a great position at all. Burst coming through on the jump up from Carson to be able to find his third in the round. Nick is now on rotation out towards the tunnels. Has got to try and fight a 1 versus 3 clutch. And the player from Backplat should already find this information.
USP leaning in, taps through, does no damage, gets no kills. Zotic ends up with the final frag. Carson with 3 kills out towards that mid control. And Rebirth have themselves a pistol to kick things off on the right foot on Dust2.
Very stylish in the pistol round, even if it doesn't quite work for that first initial frag. They try and sell themselves out a fake towards the A site. They drop in towards CT, and Carson brings that round pretty much back by himself. Gets some really good damage and some good trades out from CT spawn from the A players. Rebirth start things off with a pistol round victory. A lot of rifles being upgraded going into round 2 for them, rather than a lot of SMGs.
Now Molotov's in towards that car angle. There is no CT that's up there. They're playing once again passive here from paiN Gaming, and even passive towards that B side. There's nobody there. The player will rotate to try and join the fray as the first scout of PKL faces into the long control. Sees at least one player crossing out towards the shops area, but no further presence from the T side. Just that one little peek up. They're going to make their way up towards the wall, try and evade the scout side.
Scout peeking through, just wide swinging a little bit too wide, and for Rebirth, they fight that opening man advantage. Do try and deal with Nickers on the site that gets back with 1. paiN looking to try and see if they can get up close around these smokes, especially safe.
What this Eagle can do here at the edge of the elevator angle. Hardzao is there on the short presence, so it could be a bit of a concern, but 60 catches off safe, takes him down. Now bigazera tapping up. Can't land the headshot on the player that was up there on the site. 15 points of health, he's tagged low, and the scout of Hardzao continues fighting. Sees 2, does damage towards 1, not quite the second. And well, just the suppression will come through. paiN and out, known on their entryways, and their best bet to save the Kevlar from here. Rebirth will have themselves a second nice cleanup of the force buy.
Yeah, just opting to go for the save rather than continue trying to go for it. Realise that for bigazera and Hardzao, they might be able to do just a little bit more damage going into that next round as an eco rather than trying to see if they can get that retake together. Rebirth certainly felt as if that having those rifles in play rather than the mass amount of MAC-10s that typically we see sometimes in those anti-eco rounds helped them in some of those long-range angles to deal with the players on the site itself. 1 player falling from Carson. Rebirth make it 2 in a row.
Very good start here from Rebirth again on this map up that they have decided to play here. It's an encouraging start to get those USPs in, and of course, get them shut down all the same. The Scout and Deagle will stay into bigazera and Hardzao. So there's going to be always that little bit of an opportunity, again, to quickly shut down the CT forces. Still upgrades coming through here on round 3. Not a massive amount, though. It's not a full-on force or a half-buy. Just those P250s in for the remaining players. bigazera in particular with his Deagle out, facing past the smoke, looking back towards the blue boxes. But again, sees nothing of the T-side line. 60 will finally forget about face, but he won't be able to find the frag.
Now, one thing to remember, too, for the Rebirth side is, although they picked into Dust2, paiN are currently on a 7-map winning streak of this map at Dust2, and it's been certainly a couple of times that even Rebirth has fallen to paiN on this map. Trying to see if they can tiptoe their way into a bit of a victory and start things off with a nice start on this T side. And so far, it looks pretty good. Good tag does come through from Hardzao onto 60, but really needs to be able to try and turn it into a 4-on-4.
If you got that headshot, then that would have been great, but it's obviously difficult to land with a scout. Zotic getting that opening kill. Retchi knows that there's players close range. Eventually lines up those 2 sprays in against Nekiz and PKL. And now always left to Hardzao, left alone towards the A site. I mean, that bomb's still peeking in from short. He's still fighting on towards the long control. Just jump face and looking towards the short position now. Flicks just not quite landed those headshots. Eventually, Retchi will go down. He's continuing to fight here. I'm surprised they haven't taken him down just yet. They took a lot of time to get to taking that player out of position. Held down the anchor on the A site, but only getting 1 frag for his trouble.
Oh, we saw that for Rebirth, they played Dust2 in every single best of 3 in which they played in that DreamHack Open January tournament. Since then, we haven't seen them play it at all in Premier. It's certainly a map that they do pick into, though, occasionally. And while they have got off to that 3-0 start, we'll now see the rifles coming through. AWP upgrade coming through from Safe. Fast play out from Retchi all by himself.
They aware of his position? Well, they are now. Takes him right down. He's the only player that exited out towards the long control. There's 4 players at the CT side that have been drawn in by his presence, but Hardzao doesn't need any backup whatsoever. He can solo hold the B-bomb site. The smoke down towards B doors also missed there from Rebirth. It won't matter. The bomb plant will still come through, and there's a flanking from Carson. He has no idea the CTs are so close. Neck is going to face. He thinks he might be completely open, switching out to the M4, finally gets caught off guard, and now Carson's got to escape dodge here. Get back towards the site and back up 60 for the defensive.
Oh, Big Azera doesn't capitalize on the player in the upper tunnels. This is good information gathering now coming out from Carson. Seeing 2 players now starting to focus in on the site itself and play around this smoke for the CTs.
Oh, Orb gets caught off guard. Carson gets a double. PKL trades it back all after 60. Time is running short on paiN Gaming. He's so close towards the doors. And PKL will take him down. No defuse kit, though. They've got no time. Rebirth are going to get a 4th to the board. paiN Gaming a little bit too slow. Stalled towards the lower tunnels. That's where they wanted to play on that retake. And because of that one individual of Carson, they get rid of the whole round for the CTs.
There's no excuse for losing that for paiN. That is a 5-on-2 advantage for the CT side. Rebirth, straight away, they act on that first play. We see Retchi flies out from the longhouse, see so many players from the CT side. They go, right, let's get the BXE in. Hardzao gets 2 kills and then gets traded. And somehow Rebirth, with 2 T-side players that aren't even near one another, clutch out an unbelievable round. paiN, they can't allow that to happen.
No, absolutely not. The M4s, the AWP, the AK, and the FAMA in for the next round of the paiN Gaming squad. Awkward molly that explodes in the air and does not do any damage and doesn't cover off any position on the map. Safe. He with his AWP to hold down the short control. Very aggressive short hold here from Rebirth. It looks like they want to play towards A. If they can get that split in from the wrong control, that would be even better for Retchi.
Very slow and passive. You've got to wonder how they're going to be able to deal with this AWP, whether it's just a straight smoke or even a flash or a jiggle peek. Util being set up for the A-split for the T side. Nekiz watching out from backline. Smokes go down. The smoke coming in from CJ is ready to receive as well. Safe. Here comes the util. Ducks down towards CT spawn. Big Azera holding from the site itself. No flashes in against his nature. He does see those T-side players coming in and ducks down to avoid the flash and staggered in a little bit late here. Safe with that AWP watching. The long control still contested by Nekiz. Headshot being seen with a player across towards Gandalf. He'll reface, but can't see that player. He's still ducked down, making his way right up to the short boxes. The player on site might not be aware. PKL falls towards mid. Big Azera being seen. Carson gets that secondary kill. Nekiz will respond back towards long to leave a 4-on-3 advantage for Rebirth. Rebirth played that really well. They're all trying to duck down from the AWP, slow walk into that short position, even catch the player off from the side, but it's back to a 3-on-3, retake mode on for paiN.
They're going to go for this. AWP leaning in. They've wasted a little bit of time already. Molotov to the back of the site. Is Carson getting forced out? Yes, he is, but the Orthozotic has him covered. Takes down the player at ramp. He's going to push forward of his position. Hardzao with 1 trade back on a 2nd kill. 3 kills to his name, and that bomb out in the open on the short control. Tapped once, forced from the Orpha to peek back towards him. Zotic going to give up a little bit of HP, but not give up his life and not give up the round either.
Flawless start out for Rebirth, 5-0. That's probably one of the closest rounds we've seen from them yet, but for paiN, even in that 3 versus 3, they try to get the utility on towards the site to force Rebirth out into the open, but Zotic in the 1 versus 1 just doesn't swing wide enough, doesn't really give too much of a chance up, and certainly with the low HP on the city side, it's just not going to happen. Tactical timeout out for the Brazilians. Now, they'll probably be pleased that some of these rounds have been close, but Certainly not pleased when you look at that scoreline.
Yeah, 5-0 for Rebirth at this stage. And again, credit because it is the Rebirth map pick, but at the same time, paiN have always kept it close from the word go. So now's the time to start getting some rounds up on the board here. And Tactical to discuss the next couple of steps here in this round will not be the best of situations. Damage can be done with the Deagles, but we're looking at a round itself. The rifles will need to come in for that. But this is the start of change to come. You know, paiN have taken that moment of respite. They've taken that moment to mentally reset. And they're going to start to aggress as a result of it. A complete change of pace here from the CT side.
Yeah, CJ the King has already got that info straight away. Okay, they've got upper tunnels presence. Let's start the quick play out towards this long position. Now, what that does mean for paiN is they'll be able to rotate and get there in time. Bigazera is going to put a smoke down. Needs more assistance from his teammates.
AK spraying through, not catching a kill. Bigazera going to boost up Hardjar, perhaps? Seems so. Up to the side, jump face to Rekchi, but Rekchi catches him with the inaccuracies. There's a Deagle down there as well, but still Bigazera spans through the smoke, gets that kill together. Jump face, going to look for Carson, can't do the damage, can't get the kill as he's behind the big box. And the Orpa 6C sees what's going on towards the CT spawn. PK with the SMG pack and a frag. And 6C takes out Bigazera next as Safe will fall in the interim. All after PKL here in a 1 versus 3 scenario. And a couple of kills can go their way, but not massive damage done to the team side. It will limit some of the lower ball players here on the money line.
Oh, that was a nice attempt from paiN. They tried something a little bit more aggressive, like you mentioned. They pushed themselves all the way in towards the upper tunnels. And PKL just going to try and see if he can find a little bit more of an exit, but not going to happen. 6-0 start out for Rebirth. I almost want to see that kind of a play in a rifle round and just see how it pans out. Maybe a slow walk in towards the upper tunnels with an AWP and an M4 just to try and back up and have some security. But just to have a little bit more of a forefrontal, aggressive approach coming through from paiN.
And double ops up for the rifle round now. Rebirth getting forced away by the early flashes of the CT forces, trying to block off that upper tunnels control. And again, the aggressive pacing going to go through this time towards the long control. Ops slow face of Hards down. That's a big kill to find. 60 to 4 utility thrown up. The flashes go over. The Aubrey faces gets a second kill on CJ the King. He's going to lose his crown. AWP getting the bomb control and everything. They've got so much information for the CT side. Rotations are inbound. Bigazera is ready for more players out the mid to B position. They haven't smoked off CT. That's a swing and a hit. A double up can come through from PKO as he backs up his man. And Carson is in a 1v5.
Even getting flanked in from behind. You're going to hear the footsteps. Does get a good, nice AWP shot, but a 1v5 attempt. They are going to start at least having a little bit of aggression in towards the upper tunnels. What a weird round from Rebirth. First of all, Rekchi has only got a pistol when there's just so much cash. Like, why has no one dropped him over an AK? Why do they keep facing one by one into the upper tunnels? Oh, he saw the AWP from Hardsow just find some really easy connections. And for paiN, they can just hold these positions. And then maybe when the clock starts getting to about 10 seconds or so, they can start going hunting and try and see if they can deal with him after time.
35 seconds to the clock, and he's not going to be hunted here by the CT side. They realize their own economy is in a bit of a state. Out to that mid control, however, maybe if he crosses, the Orpa Hardzow could catch him. Is he watching the CT on the T-spawn? I don't think he is. Or Carson knows. And he gets the kill. That's a cheeky little exit. One player coming out from the tunnels, though, and he opts not to continue extending. Safe going to play it safe. And we will see that first to the board of paiN Gaming.
Yeah, CT's not getting too hyper-aggressive, which I do like. It's nice to be hungry, and it's nice to be confident, but last thing you want to do is just keep running into the AWP and making more players fall on the CT side, especially knowing that there isn't a massive amount of money when it comes into the reserve. But that takes a lot of pressure off the back of the Brazilians, knowing that they get their first round up.
It was all in the big rifle round where they could have turned things around all the way. That tactical pause working well again to change pace, find the kills as appropriate. I mean, paiN were the ones that had to get proactive to get that 1 versus 5 advantage. Not so proactive in this round, or at least it's not going to work out as well here for Bigazera. He's going to continue to face past this Molotov, gets so much damage. That nade close towards CJ the King. Damage done to Rekchi as well as he falls very low on health. Finally gets that opening kill, however, and kicks things off for the T side.
Yeah, CJ the King and Rekchi just took so much damage, and 60's working on the lurk smoke. B-side's completely open. This round is done. This has got to be a safe call from paiN. 60 could just hold down this B-side, bring that bomb over. And paiN Gaming have got nothing to do but just to hold on to these weapons. They've invested into double orbs.
While the first rifle round going the way of the CT side is encouraging, the follow-up is less so. That bomb does get dropped by Safe, though. He's trying to hold some sort of contest here on this B-site defense. Continuing to face AWP, let that bomb cross back towards the site, but Retchy catches Neckers, resting back towards the mid door, so 2 left standing for the CT side. Maybe that AWP here could catch that player off towards short. Indeed, Retchy is seen. He still gets the kill on Hardzal, though. Great movements being done. 4 players fall on paiN, and if Safe wants to go for this retake, it'll be an ace clutch for him. He might catch Retchy, Zotic off guard, I should say. He didn't hear the scope of the AWP, though, so he can get the exit frag together. Now looking back in towards the site itself. Molotovs is going to push forward on it. 60 knows. Not quite the shot. Good effort from Safe, but not enough.
I really don't know why paiN are going for that. Like, I can understand that if they've got a player close towards the doors that gets a pick, that maybe you just want to see what happens, but in a 3 versus 5, after you've lost B-side control, you almost always see an instant save call coming through. Knowing where the economy was, if they were able to hold on to those double orbs on that M4, they would have been able to buy back into round 9, no problem whatsoever. Now, instead, they're going to be on a light eco.
Now, Scout in for Hardzal. Again, you're going to try to re-aggress towards that tunnel's entrance. Scout shot not connected to the Mac 10. Damage taken. He's got no Kevlar as well, so the aim punch is going to hurt him. The Deagle, the PKL trying his best to hold on. Good quick scope shot comes through, but CJ the King takes that head right back off the shoulders. 4 versus 3. And Big Azera turns it to a 3 versus 3. Deagle's in. AWP does get recovered by 1 CT player, but for him, it's just the best bet to save it.
They're getting aggressive out towards this window position. Nice and a push coming through from Rebirth, and they're just going to keep rushing forward, try and hold on to this AWP for Big Azera. Nickers might look for a bit of an exit, however.
Potentially. I don't think he will, actually, no. Might hunt for one of the rifles that was dropped, but I don't think he'll get towards any of them in time. There's some players dropped towards that mid-control, so...
Yeah, the bomb radius. Think about that. That chucks in towards CT spawn. He's got a chance of at least being able to pick up one of those AKs.
The T's aren't going to come out here. Look on. And there it is, off to the left-hand side. Nice and easy.
No, he's got it.
No, he's got it. He's got it. Don't worry, don't worry.
Oh, I saw it, and I thought it went past him.
No, it went back towards the corner. To be fair, it can be so random where it goes.
Yeah.
Like, you just never know. You just never know. There's so many factors to consider. But only thing to consider right now, the main bottom line is that 8-1 in full control here. paiN back up on the rifles to try to do some damage.
Yeah, Rebirth just trying to see if they can maintain these, like, really, really, not aggressive rounds, but aggressive in the stance of how they're actually being able to win them. And paiN going over towards that long contact, but again, like Rebirth, unless they've got an early long spawn, they're just not interested in taking long control.
Watching. Ready to receive, flash in. Oh, leg shot landing from Hardzal. Not enough to get the kill on 60. Things off on the right start here for the T-side line. Can be tradable here, but right now they're just playing their possum. And Zotic, ready to receive the next CT to face.
Yeah, Hardzal's had a rough time with that orb. Even imagine a few rounds ago when he was over towards that ramp control, a couple of missed shots onto Retchy, only getting a leg onto 60, and this is such a passive round. They're going to try and play the rotations here. Zotic with the AWP trying to get that pick out from mid.
Oh, what? Has he done that? PKL training back one on the B side, looking for that second player. The spray's so awkward, however, against him. A 4-on-3 game. Rebirth eventually catch him as the smoke blooms, and PKL falls for Safe and Neckers to just call it in and retain their weapons at that mid face. Like, there's never, ever should that orb be able to get that kill. When he was spammed down by the rifles, wall bangs coming through and everything, he faced in, still got the kill. I don't know how. I don't know how that come through, but either way for paiN, that's not a fight you should lose at all. And I can hear they are in the all chat right now. I hear those ticks coming in. There might be a tactical pause coming in from paiN. They've already used one. It didn't work. And now they've got to try and find a new way to shift pace.
To think, too, that for Zotic, like, he's holding the mid line when Rebirth start the execution in towards the B side to hope to catch one of the rotators out from CT. They flash him and double spam, and he thinks to himself, okay, most people would probably just hide in the corner of Xbox and just try and play out the time, maybe pull some distractions. But no, he just repeats straight back in, connects with the AWP, 5-on-3, and it's like, right, that round's done. We'll just enter out towards the B side. It's going to be another save call. 9-1 for Rebirth on a 7-0 streak from paiN on Dust2 over the last 3 months. Like, they're just killing it.
They are. And they're killing them as well. Finally, Nekkes comes up and gets a couple of decent kills in for the CT forces. Taking those 2 kills back, Bigger Zero with the M4Cs. That AWP, but Zotic trades it. So Rebirth holding a couple of opportunities here and there. One trade back in particular leaves it at a 2-for-1. Still favored to paiN Gaming, though. They've established that mid control. 60's going to start slow facing, and that's basically giving up his life to Nekkes.
Yeah, he peaked before that flash came out. Just the timing a little bit off there from Rebirth. And it seemed like Nekkes just took that round into his own right, aggressing out from mid, getting a couple of players, even making it a triple. Safe going to get forced out from the molly out towards a car position. Missed AWP shot comes in.
Now jump bait, shoulder bait, get that AWP to make a mistake. How many times are they going to shoulder bait this? It doesn't work in the end. Safe will still be able to secure the round. Alongside his teammate, they're shutting it down. And paiN finally find that second rifle to the CT board.
I've got to find some more consistency, though, because we've seen that when they've won rounds, it's been convincing. It's been one-sided, but it's been very individual from them in the 2 so far. And Rebirth are in another economical struggle again, at least when it comes going into round 12. 60's only on a deagle.
Yeah, the rifles aren't great here for Rebirth. The damage has been done in the last couple for the paiN Gaming side. Of course, that last round, in particular, crippling the economy state. Will it carry forward and continue that way, though? Still going to actually try and find the round itself. As you mentioned, there's been very individual from paiN. And a passive default set from the T side, trying to isolate and an opening kill by forcing paiN to aggress and make a mistake.
Oh, one thing we have seen from paiN is Nekkes playing close up towards the longhouse position time in, time out, but he's never actually pushed that aggressively to get a backstab in towards the top mid position. A safe with the AWP, flash in towards that short position, might get him a bit of information. No one's spamming through from that T side, though.
Nades up. Nicely timed, but not fantastically timed here against Richie. He'll take a little bit of damage thanks to that nade. But no further aggression will come through. The T is just happy to sit on this position. Smokes down, safe, ready. It is a fake. I think you might be right about that. The flash has got over. 2 players are going to slide down towards CT spawn. Look at Bigger Zero, though! Transfers the spray between both players. A little bit scrappy, but neither player could get any damage towards that individual. And now he's hunting for a 3K back on 60. He's going to get it as well. 2 standing on the B side defense. Nades up. The smoke will go down and try and stop up the incendiary. Doesn't matter for PKL, though. They peak together, and still he shuts them down. Bigger Zero, though, with a big player that might have just won them the round.
What a read coming out from paiN, right? Like, I don't know whether they anticipate that that's a fake, but we can see on our radars that there's still a lurk in the upper tunnels from Carson, and a little bit of utility goes out towards that short position. They try and get over towards a B split, drop 2 players in CT, and Bigger Zera has one of the best rounds we've seen from him yet, and now Safe is going to be able to have one of those rounds himself.
Can't land that second, unfortunately. Will continue facing in. Carson and wide faces, and actually AWP misses his shot, so that's an opportunity for AWP to stay in play. There's an M4 still out here. Nekkes trying to aggress here towards that mid control. Is going to get shut down by his transgressions, and Rexy will fall next. So despite the kills coming in from the T side line, paiN will maintain 3 players and maintain a 4th round.
Rebirth have sort of hit a bit of a hurdle, really, when it comes to some of this momentum. Now, that hurdle has probably been the economy, really, that's hurt them the most. 4 rounds up for the paiN side. Tactical timeout coming through from Rebirth. I like it here. There's not many rounds left in the first half. Realizing, okay, going back into a rifle round, let's not let paiN get into this. Let's not let them get up to 5 or 6 rounds. Let's get to double digits.
Tactical called in. Rebirth, their first one called out so far in this matchup, compared to the 2 that paiN have already called in this particular map.
Ooh.
Actually, double tacked. All right, well, never mind. Still 2 apiece available for both sides, but kind of surprised that Rebirth calling 2 back-to-back, taking an extra moment to discuss the tactic. I mean, maybe they're thinking about the force buy and how they're going to go around this next buy-up round. sets here. So there might have to be some micromanagement when it comes to their resources.
And no one's got a good long spawn, unfortunately, for this T side, so I probably won't see any kind of early contact out from there. The Safe is having one of those games where I think we expect him to be a little bit more impactful than he did. We saw in that last round too, finding that first AWP connection, but then struggling to be able to find any more out from mid and then getting traded. And they get that AWP back in his hands, but he's only got 5 kills. He was one of the most impressive players against Extrasalt yesterday.
Try and step up right here in this matchup. paiN would love to take a victory above Rebirth as a result of his efforts, but for now, his default stand is set and a very passive control towards Longhouse here. 4 players stacked up, 1 player down in the lower tunnel. 60 seeing a nade sail right past his head, will explode behind him and do some damage, but very minimal amounts to start things off. Rebirth got a hunt for this kill on Nekis to start things off.
Yeah, you can either straight spam or even get a molly that bounces off the skybox onto his position. They're just going to flash their way through. Nekis finds 1 and 2, finally gets traded, but the damage has already been done.
And the AWP Safe is ready to swing back up here, looking on target, ready to receive. Re-smoke goes down as they stop any further aggression from coming through here for the CT side. A player out towards long, short I should say, has started to act though. AWP has no idea, the M4 sees him, 60 takes a dink down, AWP is safe, can turn up for that frag, scope back in on Zotic and take him out all the same. Retchy, last player alive, he can take the AWP back. Bomb on his back overall for a 1 versus 4 situation. He's found that first kill, needs to find the next 3.
He just doesn't know any information, really. Yeah, he saw 1 more player on the A side, but doesn't know if they've already aggressed up towards top mid, doesn't know if they've cleared out the upper tunnels already, so just trying to work with the information he's got. I mean, does he even just want to save onto this AK? Knowing it's a 1 versus 3, bomb on his back, time low, might just be the best bet.
We're going to have not a lot to work with in the next round. Starts swinging, actually, last second going for the site. I mean, he's in a bit of 2 minds here. Grab that AWP. Okay, that might be an even better save. He's just going to escape. Wow, that's definitely good. Can he get an exit frag? They were hammering him right down now, and he's going to get taken down just before time. Just before time. The CTs realized he had that AWP, and they didn't want to let him get away with it. And paiN will get to 5 to go into round 15 with a broken force back from Rebirth.
He is so lucky that he died before that time end. Otherwise, that would have just been even worse. Look, great attempt, right, to save onto that AWP. Just doesn't quite happen in the same way that he would have hoped. Safe going aggressive in towards the lower tunnels with the AWP.
Oh, this is risky. Gets the info. Can't get the kill. Look back towards the short control, and the teams are going to try stack their way straight in against him. Safe's going to fall first and foremost towards Carsten. Neck is caught in his reload. Retchy's going to double up. And it will be a 5 versus 3 to start things off with heavy aggression from the mid control for both sides. Overall, it's the T's that come out on top.
The distractions have pulled Hardsail away from the B side, so no one's actually on B for the meanwhile here from paiN, and the hyper-aggressive just gets punished so damn quickly. Hardsail rotates back over, but he's going to need a lot of help, because this is looking like a B split.
Watching, smokes down on towards the upper tunnel's entrance. Hardsail try and see if he can aggress towards that corner here. Just waiting for people to make their way out of the tunnels. 55 seconds to the clock here, and Rebirth have the advantage. They don't want to throw it away. Oops. 60's not going to be happy with that. Yeah, the information called in. The Molotov will still force Hardsail out of the way. He takes that first kill regardless. Flashbang in against his nature. He turns away from it with that opening kill for the round of the CT side. Needs to get his second one, and indeed he does. His back of big box hold's been fantastic. 14 kills for him, the top fragger of his team so far. And looking against the AWP, finally Zotic will shut him down, and they hard rotate back into the A play.
Big Ozera could be the one to really be able to control this round, though. Up towards the Xbox position. How much can he find? They line up. He gets 2. There's still enough time for that bomb to get picked up by Zotic. Over towards the A site, the 1 versus 1.
And he knows that PKL wants to go down for this. The second incendiary towards the CT spawn, stopping those rotations, giving him enough breathing room to go for the default plant here. But PKL coming in from long is going to be the next concern. Zotic with the AWP here. Had a bit of a quiet half, even though he's top fragging for his team. Just coming alive in the last handful of rounds. Can he catch PKL at the right moment? He's checking all positions, sees that head, peeks in, takes the shot, doesn't land the kill. The Deagle attempts the same sort of thing, knows that he's close range, down hearing those footsteps, takes the tag, second shot shuts him down. And Rebirth will claim digits to claim the advantage at the turn of the T side.
we don't give up. So we don't give up. So don't come around here feeling lit. Like a record on rotation, I'll leave you hit. Can't incriminate myself, so let me plead the fifth. I ain't saying one word like I ain't got a lit. Passport stamped up, it looks like the travel. I wanna see more in the world than Big Apple. Sad song, funeral nights and street chapel. So we don't give up. So we don't give up. So we don't give up.
Well, Rebirth do look good here against paiN. Their map picker Dust2 has gone swimmingly for them. We hope that it would do indeed. And it looks like maybe they might be able to take it on the CT side, but paiN have still contested. Only 5 rounds of difference. A pistol and a rifle could be enough to turn them over to an even scoreline standing. So all efforts on the Brazilian campers to get towards their T side line, engaging towards mid. Neckers will get tagged up, and they play towards the long control.
Rebirth are starting to make a little bit more of an aggressive stride in the pistol round out from that mid-control, and while they have done a little bit of early damage onto Nickers, they haven't really gathered a lot of information from it. Carson playing a bit of an off-angle out towards the barrels position in the A side, but for paiN, looks like they just want to go for cross smokes and for a sight take towards long.
Biggs tapping through, trying to get a wall bang on that car position, but so far no contact, no CTs there, no kill, no damage will be taken by Rebirth. And Smoke's going down to sell him on the A play. The flash is going over, but this is all a fake. And one P250 has no Kevlar, still getting the kill on Carson. That's going to sell the fake even more so. But still 2 players back on the B side. They've seen nothing else from the long presence here. Zotic try to find his way in. The P250 makes his way around. Zotic's going to hear those footsteps and just call in. He's only heard 1 player. Look at CJ though. Look at his backstab coming in towards the tunnel's control. Because ever gets that kill. But now CJ strikes, takes down 1, sees the bomb planter, can't quite get that kill. Meanwhile, PKL strikes on the B side, and Retchi's going to be left alone as the CTs get cleaned up all across the map. A good backstab attempt, but it was just not enough this time. And it looks like paiN, the 3-man advantage, will take the pistol round.
Oh, they had everything going for them. The one thing they didn't was the opening kills, the entries coming through from that T side. paiN Gaming have a really nice fake out towards a cross smoke to that long position. They commit with it, and you're sort of thinking, right, that's going to pull the rotations. Rebirth hold at the B bomb site with a couple of players. CJ starts coming in and there's a backstab, and you look at all of the elements and you go, geez, Rebirth are in a great position, but they just don't get the entries. paiN are able to do it, and it ends up being a convincing round victory.
A 10-6 to the board, Rebirth. Scoping on safe. And catch us something out here towards that mid-control, but the smokes go down. The CT is happy to cross back with these basic pistols in tow. It's a pretty simple eco round coming in from them. They're going to try and stack the mid-control, maybe rotating towards B or A for the retakes, but unorthodox setup here for Rebirth. They're looking to try and isolate one individual player of the T side and just take them down.
This could be the chance. Smoke goes down. They all start swinging because Zera gets 1, 2, 3, 4. Just keeps getting them. The train's not coming in anytime soon.
Richie dealt with by Hards out. Big Azera actually reading that pretty well. I mean, you know, who would have kept the spray continuously going when the pistols start rushing? I remember you could have read the stack was in there. I mean, why would a USP start peeking you, you know? 7 to the board of paiN Gaming, however, they've taken themselves the pistol and a conversion. The eco was in from Rebirth, though they invested no money into that round, so they will buy back the M4s, the SMG for Retchy. PKL first in with the AK, seeing one CT player. The flashbang keeping him protected though. 2 T-side players make their way out towards the long control, and there are 4 CTs here to receive overall. Retchy's just a forward facer. Is he going to be able to find anything from this position? Can the CTs catch off these kills? So much utility being thrown out, but paiN hiding behind those smokes, finally isolating an angle, taking out Retchy, starting things off on the right foot, even if they take some damage back.
Oh, there's so much spam coming in. Hard sounds on 1 HP, and finally there's going to be a kill coming in for PKL. So much chaos out towards this long position, and if they wide swing onto Hard out, this could be the opening man advantage that they're looking for. Get themselves that 4 versus 3. Safe making a bit of a solo play with the scout out from this short position. So much damage coming in, and there's the advantage. Now make it 2.
Nekis and Big Azera now falling away from that short control. The mid pick comes in from actually the T side, so Nekis with a smoke down towards CT spawn. The bomb's going to make its way in from the tunnels, making it a bomb plan out of this at least. But the AK is on the site. The Galil is going to be the off-site player, and he'll be playing out towards that mid control. Zotic should read his position, and TJ the King actually coming in with a backstab, so this should all be left towards Big Azera in a 1v3.
This is very winnable for the T side, but they've got to anticipate at least somehow this backstab play from CJ the King. CT side and try to see if they can bait him out. Does get the first kill, and Carson falls too. Zotic now trying to clutch once again. We've seen him do it before, Jay. Now it's time for him to shine again.
Switching out to another M4. Trying to get aggressive as well towards Nekis' position. Flashbang turned away from swing. Back is going to cost him his life. Zotic with no kit, though. This will be a pretty close defuse. I think he'll have enough time for it. Yeah, he's got it. This is an 11th round for the Rebirth camp.
Oh my goodness, Zotic is such a sick clutcher for this Rebirth side. We saw that 1v1 out towards the A side on round 15, and he's now done it on a 1v2. He realizes in that position without a kit, even if he taps the bomb, he's not going to win it. He has to force forward and get that kill straight away. He swings so wide, catches the player off in the upper tunnels, and wins an all-important round for Rebirth.
Yeah, big way in for them. Start things off on the CT half of things. The CT side will pick together a very good clutch there. And again, the guy we highlighted the most, Zotic. 17 kills in this map, up 2 behind the top fragger of Big Azera on paiN. Despite his better numbers, the 4-round difference favors the Rebirth side here. Rifles moving up towards that short control. The flash is going over onto taking the short position away from the CT forces. There's no one defending it though, so Rebirth just going to let paiN have their map and try to play off the passive defense.
A bit more of a lean from Rebirth out towards this B site when you think that they've got 2 anchors and that player in CT spawn from Zotic. They're leaving the A-bomb site completely. They're starting to retake this long control, and the CTs are going to be baited into the mid to B play by the looks of it.
Zotic ducked down. Utility coming in from the T side line. Flash is also going over towards the A player. They're passive on towards that long position. Zotic with his head ducked down as well. 60 is going to get spotted. Zotic takes that trade, very quickly able to respond to position. Re-smoke down, counter incendiary going to block them away from the mid control. Halzal has made his way out towards the B side. Meanwhile, takes that kill. Carson PKL getting in on the trades, and PKL doubles up, leaving it all towards Zotic in another trade scenario. 1v3. That bomb's making its way up to the B side, however. Flick finds the spray, and that's 20 seconds. They've got to commit towards the A play right now. Zoid takes his player back out, sees that second spray through, continues, but he still lets that AWP across.
Does he want to go for it? There's no money here on the CT side. They're going to have to be on like a reset potential. 1 versus 2. Both players are really tagged up here. It is doable, but it depends on whether he wants to go for the risk.
I think he's doing this. He's also tagged in of his own right, and the AWP is safe is the first thing to worry about. Smoke being set, and which one's he going to go for here? CT smoke. AK swings back, obscene, takes him down, shuts it down for paiN, getting their 8s to the T side board.
Yeah, not quite coming through this time around, but for paiN, they were just kind of everywhere. We saw that they started to pincer in from that mid control to try and wrap around towards the B side. 60 trying to sell as much of a distraction away to allow Zotic to come through. They end up landing over towards B, and then they realize the Zotic's on rotation, so back towards the A side. A very close round indeed, but they do find their 8th. They try to close the gap with their scoreline deficit.
Taps in from Big Azera. Find the opening kill here for the T side and set themselves up to just maintain full control. He's going to be tagged up initially towards the paiN side. Neck is moving up with the Galil. Towards that CT spawn burst through on Retchi. Sees that man. Can't quite get the kill together. Smokes in from both of the respective sides. Hardzal's going to be able to take 60. Finally open up this round safe, following suit with a very quick kill back over the short control. Does take some dink damage. So again, they're getting off some tags, but no frags. Finally, one comes in from the CTs.
Hold on to that AK, bringing it to the next round. Try and see if you can get your rest of your teammates to look for some exit frags. Now send Hardzal towards a T-spawn position. He's already been tagged up, and there's a player coming in from the backstab of Carson.
And one more frag from Hardzal, 3K to his name. Retchi doing his best, but in the end surrounded by T-side players all up and down the shot, 11-9. And Rebirth now within 2 of the lead for paiN. This could be a very interesting time of things. Flashes over, smokes down. Big Azera straight out of the gate here. Going to look for the CT players that are out on that long control. Very heavy stack in from the Rebirth camp, and it gets ripped apart.
We just see where the economy lies here. It was really like a double eco there coming out from Rebirth. We saw them hardly invest anything in that last round, doing the same into round 21. Sonic trying to play in the smoke, but eventually just gets spammed through. So Retchi in a 1 versus 5 now. This eco doing less damage than the one with USBs.
Which is curious, but in the end, it's an eco at the end of the day, so let it be. Bomb plant to be secured. paiN Gaming at the advantage, and it looks like that they will be able to secure a pretty decent 10 to the board. Actually, can at least take 1 frag, grab that AK and save it. He's got so many more T-side players to challenge, and in the end, Safe will be the man to shut him down. And here we go, within 1 of the lead. paiN Gaming, they have brought it back.
Get that secondary AWP out for Sixy by the looks of it. We know that both Retchi and Sixy have been a couple of players on this team that pick it up every now and then to back up Zonic. And get those big green guns out, get a really strong buy going into round 22. Safe's going to try and see if he can find anything on the cross. Oh, is that going to be a peek? No, not quite.
Looking up and down for Safe, not see anything of the CT side. Sixy backs off from that advanced angle as a result. Goes into that B-side defensive. paiN will have a little bit of info towards that. They're trading back and forth shots here towards the longhouse. Neck is taking some damage in particular. No kill for Carson, though. Just those early tags, and he won't even know that he's done it just yet.
Trying to at least contest out from the long challenge means that Carson's going to be able to stay out towards that pit position. Sixy slow walking with the AWP, but the T-side are ready for him. There's the opening kill.
Frag found easy. Actually, with the M4 turned away, smokes continue to come through and trying to evade those flashes, trying to turn away from those flashes in particular. Will they read his corner play? I mean, the smoke down, the Molotov towards the back of the site, they're accounting for the site itself. They have their crosshair locked towards that left-hand side as well from PKL, so maybe they are thinking about it. And yeah, that Molotov will force them out the way, it seems. No, it lands deep, actually. Swing still comes through from Retchi, though. He gets taken out.
Still swings with that, whether it was going to spread a little bit further or whether he just thought that there was a bit of an opportunity there. Nick is even out from the long position. The CT player of Zonic is just caught out in the open. And CJ the King's got a save. paiN Gaming, well, maybe we know why, Jay. They are on a 9-map winning streak, 9-0 in the last 3 months. Or 7-0, sorry, I should say, in the last 3 months on Dust2. It's because they've got a 70% win rate over on the T side. And for Rebirth, while we really did see them in control of the first half, it feels like for paiN, they're coming alive quickly.
They are. This T-side locked and loaded for the Brazilian camp, and Rebirth now have slowed to a screeching halt. 1 round so far on CT side. CJ might get taken out by the majority of T-side players facing. Indeed, Big Azera does go down with PKL with that trade, so no player stays alive for the CT side. A team ace from paiN Gaming. And when do Rebirth call in the pause? When do they try and make that adjustment? Maybe not in this round because it's a half-buy basis, but for paiN, right now, they're on to take the lead.
You talk about the adjustment. We almost saw it in that last gun round. They go double AWPs. They try a bit of an aggressive push in towards the upper tunnels, and it just doesn't work at all. They just get punished. And Nikez not quite committing to the fight. Triple stack over towards the B site on the eco.
Two players aggressing, two players shut down by Hard Out. All up to 60 with a P250 up here. Does do damage to PK. I'll get that dink off, but not quite the frag. And now two left standing for Rebirth in Carson and Zotic. And paiN Gaming have the B site, the bomb plant. And a secure round once again to gain that lead against the Pistols here. More players getting mopped up as appropriate, and they won't lose much here. There's going to be a buyback for Rebirth regardless of the outcome of this round. But again, I think a tactical pause needs to come through here in the next one because they've let paiN get going here. They've let the momentum start to spiral out of control. And for this CT side, their lead will be lost, and potentially even more unless they can make an adjustment.
And they were up 9-1. Like, it wasn't as if we had like a close scoreline at the start. It was so one-sided. Rebirth were just winning rounds with ease. Saw a couple of nice clutches coming through them. Carson just trying to see if he could find anything in terms of an exit, but it's not going to happen. And we saw that in DreamHack Open January that Rebirth peaked into Dust2 in both occasions, and it was close, right? We saw a 16-11 loss for them the first time, and then when they rematched in the grand final, it went all the way to overtime. So we do know that when Dust2 comes in, Rebirth always keep it really close up against the paiN side. But when you're up 9-1 and now you're in a losing deficit, it's going to hurt.
Nice flash in on 60's position. He'll force him back over towards the B site. Flashes around the corner. Carson jump facing the M4. Try and look towards Neki's angle. Ready to receive these players, but so far it's just that one aggressing player from the CT side. Passive from everybody else on Rebirth and expecting paiN to maintain some short control. That's exactly what they're doing, but the bomb's still back over to the T spawn, so they've got to be careful about when they take face, when they go for the exit. Will get picked up by Nekiz as he pushes back into the mid position.
Someone's got to make a play here for the CT side. We're seeing Hardzao be that one individual for the T side. 27 kills for him and only 13 deaths. And well, for paiN, they've got options here. They've got a player already quite aggressive out from mid, so they can commit to short, try and cut off the rotations, or sell the fake towards A and go in towards that B side.
50 seconds to make that call. Smokes down on shore and at the CT spawn. Zotic ready to receive. Molotov forcing him away. As paiN flash out. Here comes the molly towards the back of Goose as well, but CJ lurking near to the smoke at the CT spawn. Orb still watching for Zotic, sees one. A shoulder bait actually from PKL comes through, reading that so well, and ducking down to allow a line in for the bomb to get planted from here. It should be a short plant though, no casualties sustained. 5v5 retake, but two lurkers out from mid and the B side could be a real thorn on their side, in particular for Bigazera, again being the playmaker, only finds that one kill.
Oh, this backstab play. This could be the round-winning moment for Hardzao, and even Zonic's going to fall to save. Nikis is now going for a bit of a backstab himself. So much damage coming in with that AWP from save. 60's now the last one left. paiN, they had players everywhere, Jay. They commit to that short position with two players. They've got a lurk out from mid, a lurk out from the B side, a passive player on short. It's incredible to think how far they are on the map before the bomb's even gone down.
Hardzao approaching that 30 bomb marker and 29 kills already. Safe. Did he see that CT above the door? I don't think he did. But Rebirth, it doesn't matter if they get taken out by an AWP down mid control. They're on basic pistols again. Deagles, CZs, P250s. Two players don't even have Kevlar. And paiN Gaming are in full control. Carson Red like a book.
It's getting too easy, and this is really worrying. It's probably been worrying for a few rounds now when we see how dominant paiN have looked over on this T side. They have dropped one round. That is it. That is all that they've dropped. Rebirth do at least be able to find one kill, pick up an AK, so if they can find any more without on the eco, then great, but it shouldn't be too much more.
Okay, looking on. That stopped it with a decent frag, but a 3 versus 3. Nekker's going to turn it back to 2. As Retchy goes down in the mid control, and the last two CTs are out here towards the A site. That bomb is looking in from the low control, though, so it looks like it's going to have to be a split into the A play. and 60 catches off that mid lurker. Does he think that's the line into the rotation? It looks like he does. Zotic will now be left alone with a P250 to clutch against both players coming in from very different angles. Flashes in, smoke down, by some short cover, and the backstab slowly gets set up by 60 individually. So if they wait for a long enough time period, the AK can do some damage on the CT side. Zotic lets that AWP across. He has been seen though. The Molotovs continue coming in. Zotic can let that bomb plant go down. What can you do to try and retake?
Both players really coming out from this long position. The AWP tunnel vision means Zotic catches him off, and now Nickers is in a 1 versus 1. Knows that there's a player onto the side of Zotic, but doesn't really know where 60's coming in from. Trying to commit to the spray. The CTs aren't on the bomb as of yet. That's the first. Can he find the second? Lots of damage coming through, and he's just trying to bait it. Zotic, don't tell me he's going to stick this. He's going to stick the 10 seconds. Try and see if he can bait him out. The AWP comes through, and another clutch gets won by Zotic. This is going to be close.
He had a P250 in that retake, and he picks up an AWP, uses it for the final frag. That doesn't change the fact that Rebirth had no right winning that round. Huge plays from Zotic, becoming the carry of Rebirth to a certain extent. Doing everything he can to pull this team back out of the gutter, get them back in the lead, winning one of the lead now at this stage. Rifles in from both sides. Great economy looking for paiN Gaming so they can afford to buy back in time and time again. And Rebirth, as a result, they need this next follow-up round. If they lose one back to paiN, it could be match point with a very broken economy state, and already Carson is set to fall.
There's a lot of damage done to this T-side line, but aggression coming through from 60, just running one with an AWP as Hardtail finds two. Well, you can say goodbye to this rifle round, that's for sure.
Oh, he even transfers it back to Retchi and all. Spray on for the triple. And like you say, goodbye to Rebirth in this round. 1v5 for Zotic. Even this clutch might be too much for him. Shut down by Safe. Round 26 goes the way of paiN Gaming, 14-12 now. And if they buy back a round on a force-up investment, which is what they're going to do, they're going to have no money for the match point.
Oh, just when Zotic clutches, they then lose a round like that. Hardzow, I don't know what you can do against him because he just seems to be punishing so many over-aggressive peaks. How he found that last kill, I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, that's the question we're going to be asking for a very long time to come, I feel. 2 frags in to start. Straight up and out against DJ and Zotic. Richie can take that AWP back, take a kill. Carson's burning. They know he's there. Molotov coming in from Neckers to try to force that AWP out of the way. He'll smoke down, but be aggressed by the the AK, I should say. Now 60 falls. The last 2 remaining players. Now just Carson alone. And, well, this is going to be map point for paiN Gaming. And, I mean, well, Rebirth. As you mentioned, they were at 9-1 at one point. They had an 11-7 lead. They were a worst-case scenario. And they're about to lose everything on their map pick.
Oh, they've even spotted out the last player. That comes through for Bigger's error. And paiN, just this T side is looking just beautiful. Like, you just really can't fault them in too many opportunities. They're getting massive amount of opening kills. And it's not like the entries and the man advantages are coming at like the 1 minute mark. They're coming at like 1 minute 30, 1 minute 20. So early into the round, are they finding the first pick?
Oh, no. Snipers. In on the force buy, because they know that that's what Rebirth are on, and they can afford to buy the weapons, go to the AKs off the back of it. Carson trying to push up against Neckers and catch this player off, and tries to see if they can take him down here into the long house. The spray's going to be evaded as he crosses. And PKL takes some damage out, I believe, towards the mid control, thanks to that scout with that deagle. But either way, paiN and the weapon advantage, not quite the man advantage. They gain that map control, setting up the default. Looking to shut down Rebirth once and for all on Dust2.
Ooh, nice shot does come through from Zotic to be able to turn it into a 5 versus 4. Lots of damage done onto PKL as well. 60 going to see if he can try and push through this smoke. Picks up an AK.
All right, that's pretty decent. 5-on-4 gained, an extra rifle to be bolstered here. Nice to pass it off to one of the high HP players that they have in play for the CT side. Rebirth wrapping their way around towards the default set. 3 players on A long, 2 players on the B side, and the B hit looks to come through from paiN Gaming as well. 45 seconds, they got the utility to go for this.
Yeah, they got the time too. They could just bottle all of this utility in towards the B side. Now they've got a late lurk coming in from Safe as well. Flash comes back. There's hardly any utility for the CTs to work with.
Bama flashed out at the right moment, but doesn't stop 60 from taking his AK in. Sprays up 2, Retchy drops the bomb and all, and Safe is left alone in a 1 versus 5. Rebirth will look to stay alive for another good round here, but paiN's economy is so good, they're going to be buying down right into overtime.
Yeah, they can buy into those auto snipers again if they really like. There is so much cash for paiN Gaming to work with. And for Rebirth, look, it's a survival round and they're able to get those extra bonuses, right? Those couple of AKs from the T side in the hands of both 60 and Retchy. Can they bring it into overtime? It would be history repeating itself.
Zyke watching out from the short control alongside Carsten. Nice nade on Bigger Zero will do that damage. That's a decent enough start here for the CT side. They can capitalize on that, turn it into a kill, but obviously they have to follow through. They have to be able to take this player down, set things up good enough into the CT advantage. And so far, so careful at this stage.
It's passive from both teams, isn't it? Rebirth not really giving too many aggressive peeks. Carsten's just flying out from middle by himself. What's he doing? Well, he's giving up the opening man advantage to the T's.
The big start out. Damage done to 60 as well at 45 points of health. He gets tagged. Zotic watching with the AWP on that short control, hoping to recover the man advantage for the CT side. Losing that first is tragic for the T side line. There's 50 seconds left. The bomb's yet to commit here. They've got that short control. They're pretty established up. They've got to start rotating their way into the advanced positions and going for the execution itself.
A good re-smoke in from Zotic, holding down the angle, gets it back to a 4-on-4. And for paiN, we still don't really know what they're going to do. Pick up that bomb, try and get some long control and split in towards that A side. Rebirth have actually positioned themselves quite nicely, especially with CJ and paiN.
Takes that face and gives away his position. AK's moving up to his position of his own right. Spray through on Nekis, doing some decent damage. AWP coming in to support it, and there goes the 3 kills between those two. Bomb being dropped on Hardzao. As amazing as he's been for this map, this will not be his chance to clutch it. Too little time, bomb out of his control. And a 14th for Rebirth. OT might be on the table here. paiN Gaming have struggled to close it out despite having 3 match points.
Well, for Rebirth, that coordination was perfect out from the pit position. Look at the teamwork and how CJ plays that. Playing quite passive out from pit, tries to take a duel, doesn't swing too wide, keeps himself quite a tight angle, and then that flash comes in over the top, and between him and Zotic, they just frag out. They peek together. They're able to get off so many blinded T-side players. And when you think a 10-5 half gets one out from Rebirth, they struggle, absolutely struggle in some of these gun rounds, and then they get 2 in a row to try and make it 3 just to bring it to overtime. It could be the perfect storyline as a recovery.
One round to go. It's all Rebirth need, that single good defense to shut down paiN Gaming and take us to the overtime on their map pick. Be a hell of a comeback, as you mentioned, obviously. Losing control when they had such a ridiculous start as well. Like, again, I'm disappointed that they weren't able to close it out in the same sort of fashion that they were expected to, given how much they had over the paiN Gaming side. So for Rebirth, this is a lifeline. This is a second opportunity, a second life, if you will. For the CT side, it's one goodbye to do it for them. paiN Gaming obviously going to reinvest. They've got plenty of cash, so there's going to be AKs to contend with. Rebirth just can't afford to make a misstep here.
Another thing that's in the back of my mind, Jay, is if we go to overtime, are we going to see Rebirth bottle it? Even if they come back to 15-15, we knew that against Bad News Bears yesterday, they brought it into overtime on both Mirage and Inferno, and just, they didn't look on, didn't they? It seemed like they'd brought it back to OT on both maps, but just didn't quite have the goods to be able to get themselves over the line. So for paiN, even if this does go to OT, you've got to think that they've got that advantage in terms of what's only happened in very recent form. Rebirth and paiN really reliant on some of the individuals. I think Zodic is certainly the highest fragger for the Rebirth side, been involved in clutches and some big rounds, and then Hardzao for paiN, certainly on this T side, has really come alive.
Yeah, we keep talking about him. He's well past the 30 bomb marker. There's some players in server, especially on that Rebirth side, who are so far away. Some of them even far away from getting to 20 kills, let alone the 30 bombs. So again, he has really been a standout player for his team and really been the guy to put this squad on his back. Much like Zoic has done so here for the Rebirth side, he has been absolutely monstrous for them. And I think part of the reason why they were able to get themselves back under to this position. 27 kills for him in this map up. Nobody else has even broken 20 on that CT side, so there's one player to watch, there's one player to hope has a lights out round. It would be him. One of two ops in play with 60 and safe. We'll look down mid. For the 30th round, our final of regulation, Rebirth will kick things off with a fantastic opening kill.
A good log spawn comes in for the T side, but Zodic's still quicker to the trigger. They peek out together, Ort v Ort battle out from the longhouse, and it's the CTs that come out on top. paiN Gaming now need to be able to try and see if they can recover it, and they're slow walking around. Rebirth are going to have no idea that long is now being taken by them, considering how there has been no information or no sound given.
Zotic ready with the AWP. AK starts to back away. Nekis and PK out are the ones to receive this one. Smoke goes back down towards the longhouse entrance. Castle got more utility coming through. He has no idea this player's out here. The two players can get cut off, but no, the flashbang only catches Nekis to keep him blind. He's able to get that first kill. Zotic trades it right back for a 2-for-1 that favors Rebirth.
Hardzao going to start making a bit of a play towards his short position over the top of the flames. CJ the King's going to be forced down in towards CT. This leaves the A-bomb site completely open, but they've got to get those cross smokes down and get that bomb over.
First cross smoke in play. Where's the second one? Non-existent, actually. They don't even have it. Second venture does come through down for the T-side line. So, bomb crosses, 3v4. Retake favors Rebirth. And paiN Gaming find one good trade, find one good kill that could open up this whole round for them. They have the site control, setting themselves up in a post plant. That bomb has gone down towards the default position, and CJ leans up from short. There's a player on Goose, player on ramp. No one's watching CT, but they've got to focus their entire attention towards this short presence. All CTs coming in from this angle. Jump facing, footsteps should be heard. PKL with the AWP at the ready will receive some bullets and get taken back by Retchi. Safe with an awkward spray. Goose player's going to be the linchpin. Takes the spray towards Goose players. That could be enough. Hardzao! Oh my god, Hardzao! That's the 4K spray! And paiN Gaming will secure it thanks to his